9 years ago, a struggling game developer, Scott Cawthon, released Five Nights at Freddy's, the game that would unleash massive popularity among the indie horror games. He would also make FNAF 2 later on, FNAF 3, and 4, 5, even 6, as well as other games, including Help Wanted and FNAF World, which has an Easter egg, and the most important of the recent games that are out, Security Breach. Now, with all that, there is one thing people wanted since the announcement back in 2015, a movie, which finally came out. I watched the movie, and I will give my review. Hello everyone, my name is Aaron or ajmarkle, and this is my movie review, spoiler-free, of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie by Blumhouse Productions and Scott Cawthon Productions. I am very happy this movie came out, and yes, I'm wearing a shirt Holly made. If you want similar designs, check my merch. So, what is this movie going to be about? Well, I'm going to start off with the obvious intro, which immediately introduces the audience to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and something that happened. Kind of a draw to kind of introduce us to the establishment. And then we get introduced to Mike Schmidt, who has a very interesting issue, which also involves a fountain scene, which is shown in the trailer. And then, of course, he would seek someone who has a job for him, which is the obvious Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. And as he's being introduced, we also get introduced to the babysitter named Max, which really didn't like her that well, obviously, as a character, which I won't spoil for reasons. And also, we get introduced to Mike's sister, Abby. Now, it's safe to say that we would find out that they're alone. The parents are no longer there, which kind of gives the intention that they are gone, which kind of explains things. And also, Mike needed a job because, let's just say he has the evil aunt that not only is it nice, but wants Abby. It's kind of an obvious plot device there. And so he gets the job, and he also needed money. So he goes into the establishment. And at first, you notice he's wearing headphones in the trailers, if you saw the trailers. The headphones are a key to what he would later see. And there would be 5 children. And they seem to have some Easter egg of who they are. Like one has the colors of each animatronic. Something to point out if you guys saw the details. Yes, there are some interesting cameos. We saw one, Poryet's Kenshin, and 8-Bit Ryan and Darko, but we're not gonna spoil one in particular in the film. You have to watch it. And also, there is a little bit more family drama. Oh, and also that mentor in the credit is William Afton, which is by Matthew Leonard. That's the obvious one. And as things go on throughout the nights that Mike's at the restaurant, he gets introduced to Vanessa, the police officer, who seems to know quite a lot of detail of the restaurant. And then as we build up to more about the place, we know the animatronics moving around. And then, of course, due to reasons undisclosed, Mike has to take Abby with him to the restaurant. There she gets close to the animatronics. I'm not going to say how. That's spoilers. And as things go down to a deeper and deeper route, Vanessa keeps being a little different because she seems to know something. That's kind of an obvious thing. There's always that one key character that knows something. So that was something. And later on, Mike would be able to get closer to the animatronics and nearly gets himself killed. That was bad. As things begin to build up into the film, including more of the drama and the horror, we find out there is much more secrets about the place. And as we get further along, the intensity ensues, which leads to the drama of Abby being in danger because the animatronics want her to be among them, which, again, shown in the trailer. And also, there is a bit of a fight between the animatronics and William Afton. Not gonna say how that goes. Gonna keep that a shh. And as things begin to build up, there is a happy ending. A good old happy ending, which is what we like in a movie. But that's not the best part. Full out. That's non-spoilers. There is an end credit scene. Well, mid-credit scene, excuse me. But I'm not gonna say what it is. But if you listen to the credits closely, you will find one of the biggest Easter eggs of the entire thing. But hey, I'm not gonna spoil it. Watch the film. Seriously. So, now that you guys know kind of a little spoiler-free review, let me give my personal thoughts on the film. I loved it. It was a great film, and it definitely brought in some Easter eggs and nostalgia for FNAF lovers alike. And what I really liked was how they developed the characters. Good, evil, key characters, the list can go on. And as they continue on, we get to see it from being a little bit of a drag to building up to what we would want. Now, when it comes to the whole FNAF lore and everything, I think it's safe to say we're going to have those talks again about what happened in the games or the books or the movie and what the movie brought. And there's a question about Mike's background. But I'm not going to say if Mike is Michael Afton or not, because there's still needs to be enough support for a second movie. Now, with that said, now it's time for my review. After thinking about it, I originally was going to give it a 9. But after thinking about it again, I'm giving this movie an 8.5 out of 10. The reason is because there was some elements that kind of I thought were a little bit of a drag, but that's just me. But there was still connections. And there's still questions I have for the film that I hope will be answered should they make a sequel, which needs a lot of support if they're going to do a sequel. So, I hope you guys liked that review. If you guys liked it, please give it a like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. And go see the FNAF movie if you haven't already. Anyway, gotta sign out. God bless you, Raw. Don't forget it.